Money rules the world. But how much do we really know about it? We use it every day. We work for it, spend it, save it, stress about it. But most of us don't stop to think about the history of money, the crazy economics behind it, and some wild facts that most people have no clue about. Today, I'm sharing 10 mind-blowing facts about money that will change the way you think about finance. Some of these will surprise you, some might shock you, and all will leave you with a new appreciation for the power of money. Let's dive in. Let's All right, let's kick things off by going way back in time. Before iPhones, before cars, before America was even a country. Let's talk about paper money. Before paper money, people were stuck carrying around some pretty inconvenient forms of currency. I'm talking about everything from shells and beads to livestock and even giant stones. But then something revolutionary happened in China around the 7th century. People started using promissory notes as a form of currency. By the 11th century, during the Song dynasty, the Chinese government had established the world's first system of paper money. Next time you pull out a dollar bill, take a second to appreciate the centuries of history behind it. All right, let's talk about big money. And I mean really big money. We all know about the Benjamins, those $100 bills with Ben Franklin's face on them. But have you ever heard of a $100,000 bill? Back in 1934, during the Great Depression, the U.S. Treasury actually printed $100,000 bills featuring our 28th president, Woodrow Wilson. These bills were never released to the public. Instead, they were used exclusively for transactions between Federal Reserve banks. While they never made it into our wallets, these massive bills are a fascinating reminder of the sheer scale and power of the financial system. Let's be real, we don't usually think about money as having a shelf life. But the truth is, those dollar bills in your wallet have a surprisingly short lifespan. The average $1 bill only survives for about 18 months before it's deemed too worn out to stay in circulation. It gets retired and replaced by a fresh, crisp newcomer. A $100 bill, for instance, can last anywhere from 10 to 15 years. So next time you're holding a dollar bill, take a moment to appreciate its journey. It's a fleeting existence, constantly changing hands and playing a small but vital role in countless transactions. Have you ever stopped to think about how much it costs to actually make money? It's a question that might not cross our minds often, but it's more intriguing than you might think. It might seem counterintuitive, but the process of producing those coins jingling around in your pocket isn't exactly a money-making endeavor for the government. In fact, it's quite the opposite. In fact, it can actually cost more to make certain coins than the value they represent. This paradox is a fascinating aspect of our monetary system. Take the humble penny, for example. It's a coin that many of us overlook, but its production cost is surprisingly high. It costs the US Mint a whopping 1.76 cents to produce just one penny. And that shiny nickel, it's even more expensive. It sets them back about 7.42 cents per coin. That's right, producing a nickel costs more than 7 cents. That's right, we're talking about a loss of more than double the face value for every nickel produced. This inefficiency raises many questions. So why do we even bother with these money-losing coins? It's a question that has puzzled many. Well, it's a complex issue with historical, economic, and even political factors at play. The debate over the necessity of these coins is ongoing. Some argue that eliminating pennies and nickels would lead to price rounding and ultimately cost consumers more in the long run. This potential impact on everyday transactions is a significant concern. Others believe it's simply a matter of tradition and convenience. Coins have been a part of our daily lives for so long that it's hard to imagine a world without them. Whatever the reason, one thing's for sure. The US government spends tens of millions of dollars each year just to keep these coins in circulation. This expenditure is a significant part of the national budget. It's a fascinating example of how even the smallest units of currency can have a big impact on the nation's finances. The story of the penny and the nickel is a reminder of the complexities behind the money we use every day. Okay, time to travel back in time again, but this time we're going global. Let's talk about the British pound. This currency has been around for over 1,200 years, making it the oldest currency still in use today. That's right, this little piece of paper has seen it all. Empires rise and fall, revolutions ignite and fizzle, and countless other currencies come and go. From its humble beginnings as silver pennies way back in Anglo-Saxon England to its modern-day status as a major global currency, the pound has weathered the storm and come out on top. So, next time you hold a British pound, remember you're holding a piece of history, a symbol of economic endurance that has stood the test of time. All right, let's switch gears and dive into the digital age, where technology and finance intersect in fascinating ways, because it's time to talk about cryptocurrency, specifically the groundbreaking digital currency known as Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin has taken the world by storm, capturing the imagination of investors, technologists, and the general public alike. With its decentralized nature and potential to revolutionize the way we think about money, Bitcoin has become a global phenomenon. But here's the thing: the true identity of the person or group who created Bitcoin remains a complete mystery, shrouded in secrecy. Back in 2008, a mysterious figure, or perhaps a group of individuals using the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto, published a white paper outlining the concept of Bitcoin, setting the stage for a financial revolution. Despite countless attempts by journalists, researchers, and enthusiasts to unmask Satoshi, their true identity remains elusive, adding to the intrigue. Are they a lone genius coder working in isolation, a group of tech revolutionaries collaborating in secret, or perhaps a government agency operating in the shadows? Nobody knows for sure. This anonymity has only added to the mystique and allure of Bitcoin, making it even more fascinating. And while we may never know the face behind Bitcoin, the enigma continues to captivate us. Their creation has undoubtedly left an indelible mark on the world of finance, forever changing how we view and use money. Ever heard the expression, "That's expensive"? Well, get ready to have your definition of expensive completely blown out of the water, because we're about to journey back to the Netherlands in the 17th century during a time known as Tulip Mania. Now, you might be thinking, tulips? Really? But trust me on this one, during Tulip Mania, the price of tulip bulbs, yes, you heard that right, tulip bulbs soared to unimaginable heights. We're talking about a single tulip bulb being worth more than a house in Amsterdam. People were literally mortgaging their homes and betting their life savings on these colourful flowers. It was a speculative frenzy unlike anything the world had ever seen. But just like any bubble, it eventually burst, leaving countless investors financially ruined. For centuries, the gold standard reigned supreme. Countries around the world pegged their currencies to the value of gold, providing a sense of stability and reliability to the global financial system. But in 1971, the United States made a seismic shift that reverberated throughout the world. It abandoned the gold standard. That's right, the US dollar, the world's reserve currency, was no longer backed by gold. This decision, made by President Richard Nixon, marked a pivotal moment in economic history. It ushered in the era of fiat currency, where the value of money is determined by the government that issues it, rather than by a physical commodity like gold. Whatever your stance, there's no denying that the US's decision to abandon the gold standard in 1971 was a watershed moment that fundamentally reshaped the global financial landscape. Albert Einstein is credited with calling compound interest the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. It's a financial force that has the power to transform your financial future, but only if you understand how to harness it. By making smart investment choices, you can leverage this powerful tool to build substantial wealth over time. So, what exactly is compound interest? In the simplest terms, it means earning interest on your interest. This concept might seem small at first, but its impact grows significantly over time. Let's say you invest $1,000 at a 7% annual interest rate. This initial investment is the seed that will grow into a larger sum. After the first year, you'll earn $70 in interest. This might not seem like much, but it's just the beginning. But here's where the magic happens. In the second year, you're not just earning interest on your original $1,000, you're also earning interest on that $70 you made in interest the year before. This means your total investment is now working harder for you, and this cycle continues year after year, with your money growing exponentially. The longer you leave your money invested, the more pronounced this growth becomes. Over time, compound interest can turn even modest investments into significant sums. This is why it's often referred to as the most powerful force in finance. The sooner you start investing, the more time your money has to compound and grow. Starting early gives you a significant advantage. Remember, compound interest is your financial best friend, a silent partner that works tirelessly for you. So start investing early and let the magic of compounding work its wonders. The earlier you begin, the more you stand to gain in the long run. Get ready to have your mind blown, because we're about to talk about a market so vast, so enormous that it dwarfs almost every other financial market in existence. I'm talking about the global derivatives market, a behemoth estimated to be worth a staggering $1.4 quadrillion. That's right, you heard that correctly. $1,400 trillion. To put that into perspective, the entire global GDP is estimated to be around $100 trillion. So what exactly are derivatives? In essence, they're financial contracts whose value is derived from an underlying asset such as stocks, bonds, commodities, or even interest rates. Derivatives are used for a wide range of purposes, from hedging against risk to speculating on future price movements. The sheer size and complexity of the derivatives market make it both fascinating and daunting. And there you have it, 10 incredible facts about money that show just how fascinating and complex the world of finance can be. From the ancient origins of paper money to the mind-boggling scale of the derivatives market, we've covered a lot of ground today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.